Most people think their life is shaped by big decisions, career moves, relationships, major successes, major failures. But if you zoom in close enough, your life is actually shaped by small decisions you make when no one's watching. The ones you don't announce, the ones you don't even notice yourself making. And what's dangerous about them is not that they're dramatic, it's that they feel harmless. Today, I want to talk you through 7 small decisions that quietly shape how your days feel. Not obvious ones, not motivational poster advice, but the subtle choices that slowly decide whether your days feel calm or chaotic, intentional, reactive or drained. For a long time, my days weren't bad. Nothing was falling apart, no crisis, no huge mistake. But most days felt heavy. I'd wake up already tense. By midday, I felt behind. By night, I was exhausted but not satisfied. And the confusing part was this. On paper, I was doing everything right. So I started paying attention not to the big decisions, but to the tiny ones happening in the background. That's when things started to click. I wasn't trying to overhaul my life. I didn't want to wake up at 5 a.m. or reinvent myself. I wasn't chasing productivity or optimization. I just wanted my days to feel better to live inside. More grounded, more intentional, less rushed, less reactive. And I realized something important. Most days don't go wrong because of one big thing. They drift because of 100 small ones. The problem is, small decisions don't feel important. They hide behind phrases like, I'll just check this quickly. It's not a big deal. This won't affect anything. But repeated daily, these choices become the architecture of your life. Let me show you what I mean with 7 examples. Number 1. What you do in the first 10 minutes after you wake up. This one matters more than we want to admit. Not your morning routine, not what time you wake up, what you do in the first 10 minutes. Here's the decision most people don't realize they're making. They wake up and immediately step into work, problems or pressure. They check emails, they scan messages, they think about deadlines, they replay yesterday or worry about today. And without realizing it, they start the day already behind. Imagine this, you wake up, your phone's right there, you open your email, you see a message from work that needs fixing, a calendar reminder you forgot about, or a message that subtly stresses you out. Nothing catastrophic happened, but your nervous system just learned something. The day starts with demands. Now, even if the rest of your morning is calm, your body is already tense, your mind is already racing, your attention is already fractured. You didn't choose stress, you inherited it. Compare that to this. You wake up, you don't check anything yet, you sit up, you take a breath, you look out the window, you give yourself 10 minutes before letting the world in. Same life, completely different tone. The point isn't avoiding the responsibility, it's deciding who gets access to your mind first. Because starting your day with work and problems doesn't motivate you. It frames the entire day as something to survive. Number 2. Whether you intentionally set the tone or let the day do it for you. Most people don't decide what kind of day they're having. They discover it halfway through. They say, let's see how today goes. Which sounds harmless, but what it really means is I'm handing control over to whatever happens. There's a quiet decision here. Do you name the day or let it name you? This doesn't require affirmation or journaling. It can be as simple as one sentence in your head. Today, I'm moving slower. Today, I'm protecting my energy. Today doesn't need to be perfect. That single intention becomes a reference point. Without it, every interruption feels personal. Every delay feels like failure. With it, the day has a container. Number 3. How you speak to yourself during small friction. Not during big mistakes, during minor friction. When you spill something, you're late by 5 minutes, the internet loads slowly, you forget something small. These moments are easy to dismiss, but they're constant. And the question is, do you tense up or take a moment and stay calm? Do you say, of course I messed this up. I'm always behind. I can't do anything right. Or do you say, okay, let's reset. This isn't a big deal. I can handle this. These micro conversations train your nervous system. Over time, They decide whether your inner world feels hostile or supportive. And that feeling bleeds into everything else. Number 4, whether you fill every empty moment or let space exist. Think about how often you're not doing something. Waiting in line, walking from one room to another, sitting in silence for 10 seconds. Most people immediately fill that space. They grab their phone, turn on noise, distract themselves instantly. But here's the quiet decision. Do you trust silence or avoid it? Empty space feels uncomfortable because it brings thoughts with it. But it's also where clarity lives. Some of your best insights don't arrive when you're busy. They arrive when you stop filling every gap. The decision to let space exist is small, but it's often where self-awareness grows. Number 5, what do you automatically say yes to? Not big commitments, the small ones. Sure, I can do that. I'll just help real quick. One more thing won't hurt. Every default yes is a hidden no. Usually to rest, focus, your own priorities. Burnout doesn't come from one massive overload. It comes from tiny agreements made without checking in. The decision here is not whether you help. It's whether your yes is intentional or automatic. Number 6, how you end the day. Everyone talks about morning routines, but nights decide how tomorrow feels. Do you let the day close or do you carry it with you? Replaying conversations, ruminating, scrolling until you're numb. The small decision is this. Do you give your mind permission to rest? Or does rest feel like something you have to earn? The way you end your day teaches your brain whether peace is allowed. Number 7, whether you acknowledge small wins or ignore them. Most people only count progress when it's obvious. Big milestones, big results. But the brain needs daily evidence. Did you pause instead of reacting? Make a better choice than yesterday? Follow through even a little? When you don't acknowledge these, motivation fades. When you do, momentum builds quietly. Progress needs witnesses, especially internal ones. Here's what changed for me. I stopped asking, what big change do I need? And started asking, what small choice am I repeating? That question changed everything. Because once a decision becomes visible, it becomes optional. My life didn't transform overnight, but my days feel different. Lighter, more intentional, less rushed. Not because I control everything, but because I notice more. And that awareness compounds. Your life isn't made of dramatic moments. It's made of ordinary days. And your days are built from small decisions repeated. So if something feels off lately, don't look for a massive fix. Look for the quiet choice you make without thinking. Change that, and the rest will follow. Alright, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Cheers.